Welcome to the Road to Brazil, presented by Castrol. I'm your host, Alan Hopkins. We are in Panama City, Panama, where the U.S. men's national team will wrap up qualifying for Brazil 2014 Tuesday night. This will be the third and final meeting between the U.S. and Panama this year, with the U.S. recording victories in the first two, including the 2013 World Cup final. By just about every measure, it's been a successful campaign for the men's national team, who wrapped up the top spot in the Hex with a 2-0 victory over Jamaica Friday night in Kansas City. And the spirited crowd at Sporting Park certainly didn't disappoint and went crazy when one of their very own, Graham Zusi, provided what would be eventually the game-winning goal late in the second half. And when Josie Altidore added another shortly thereafter, the U.S. eliminated Jamaica and capped off a perfect Hex home campaign, going 5-0 without allowing a single goal. The U.S. sits on top with 19 points, while Costa Rica can finish no lower than third. Honduras, Mexico, and Panama are all jockeying for the last two spots, while Jamaica rounds out the group with 4 points. In addition to the U.S. and Panama on match day 10, Jamaica hosts Honduras, while Mexico travels to Costa Rica. Note, all three matches kick off at the exact same time. In what has already been a record-breaking year for the men's national team, they go for one more mark, as a win in Panama would give them the most points ever in the Hex for a U.S. team. But a seventh win in this round of qualifying will prove to be difficult, and head coach Jurgen Klinsmann and the players understand the Panamanians are desperate to keep their slim World Cup qualifying hopes alive.
Well, we expect, a very, very energetic and highly motivated Panamanian side that will do everything possible in their capabilities to still make it happen, because in football things happen really quickly. Early goal suddenly in Costa Rica changes the dynamic in the stadium here, changes, their belief. So we are prepared for that, I think we have a team here that can win, a team here that every player on that team has a case to prove to us coaches that they badly want to go to Brazil, and therefore it's gonna be highly interesting tomorrow night.
They're still in this, and they're gonna give it their all. This is their last shot to try to make it to the World Cup, and I'm sure it means so much to them and their fans and the people in this country. And for us, we're not gonna take things lightly either. We have to be prepared for this, and like I said, as a team, it's important that we finish the best way we can and give us even more momentum and finish this campaign strong. And individually, there's still a lot of players that need to prove themselves, like myself, that we really do belong on this team. We really do belong in the World Cup in Brazil, and there's a lot of motivating factors.
We expect a difficult game. Anytime you come down here, it's going to be a hostile environment, which we know. So for us, it's important that we approach the game in a professional manner and make sure we use it to our benefit. And the most important thing is to try and get a win tomorrow night.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talks about how we can dictate what happens in the rest of this group in terms of the teams that end up going through to Brazil or playing the playoff. But I think, it doesn't worry us because it doesn't concern us really. We just have to play our game, and we're still trying to do things for ourselves. Whether it's a team thing, finishing in a record way of most wins, most points, or finishing as strong as we can in this campaign and keeping this momentum going. And individually, there's still a lot of things to prove for a lot of players. So we don't really concern ourselves with what's going to happen with the other teams. We're going to try to do what's best for us and for each player as well, and for the team. We still got our fans supporting us and wanting us to win, so we're going to do everything we can to, finish on a strong, good note.
Obviously, we are happy that we already qualified, but I told the players already before the game last week that we are already preparing things for Brazil. So whoever goes on the field here has to show everything he has in order to build his case for Brazil. We have only a few games going forward. It's not much that we can try out and see. So all of our players are 100% focused. We know what's at stake for Panama. We know what's at stake for Mexico. But we have to take care of our own situation, and we badly want to have 3 points getting out of that game.
The main thing is the motivation comes from next summer. The fact that people are fighting for a spot on the World Cup team, and every every game that you have to prove yourself to your teammates and to the coaches. You want to be positive with that performance. And so for us, it's a chance to get another game under our belt, but more importantly, a chance to you know, kind of leave your mark on the team of where you want to be, and that's hopefully on the plane going to Brazil next summer.
The Castrol Index is the official performance index of the U.S. Soccer Federation and uses the latest technology to analyze player performance and help you see soccer from a completely different perspective. Check out the Castrol Index after U.S. soccer matches. The men's national team will wrap up 2014 FIFA World Cup qualifying on the road against Panama Tuesday, October 15th at the Estadio Romel Fernandez in Panama City. The game kicks off at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time and will be broadcast live on beIN Sport. Fans can also follow the match on USsoccer.com's match tracker and on Twitter @USsoccer. And that will do it for this episode. On behalf of the players and staff and the U.S. Soccer Federation, we thank you so much for joining us all year long on the road to Brazil, presented by Castrol. I've been your host, Alan Hopkins, and we'll see you next year.